Welcome back to Efficiency Devlog number 32. Today, we finished the movement character customization screen on your island screen. I said screen twice there. That was a little bit awkward of phrasing. But basically, yesterday we started to work on kind of characters, the system overall, what they were, and today I finished that system off. So now this character is able to move around to different points when she gets close enough to the fire. Sometimes she'll sit down, take a little bit of a breather, sit there for a little bit. It's a randomized amount of time, within a certain extent. She's not going to sit there for 2 days, but then she'll stand back up, decide she wants to move to the right. And it's just a process from there where she's just randomly moving right and left. And, she's going back to the left corner. Is she going to sit this time? Let's see. And she did not decide to sit, so she's going back to the middle. So it's just this really cool system that I think is really nice. Oh my god, she's going back. Sometimes you get hit in random generator just spams of her going back right and left, but then she'll go back up and you'll say, oh, look at that, she can go other directions. But I think it's really cool, and it took me a little bit to code because I did it all by hand, and there's a lot that you need to keep track of in your head when you're coding a system like this, just because you're working with a lot of functions, especially since I'm animating all of this in code. I'm not using any of Unity's built-in animation tools because I'm doing everything on a UI layer. I think it's a dumb decision, but it's what I've been doing this entire time. So I decided to stick with it, and you know what? I am not even regretting that decision because I genuinely don't even know what I'm missing out on, because I don't understand any other system in Unity besides the UI layer, but I'm low-key chill with that. So as you guys can see right here, I'm really just letting this play out, and I'm just kind of rambling so you guys can see her walking around a little. I'm actually pretty surprised that she hasn't sat back down again. Yeah, there we go. Freaking right on cue. And then, she just sits. Sometimes she'll walk to the right. Sometimes she'll go to the left. It's a bunch of fun stuff, and I'm really happy with how it looks overall. I started to move on to minigame 4, but realized I'm kind of soft locked right now because I need to wait for Colby's sprites it's basically a whack-a-mole game, and I just need to wait for her to be able to make those. So I kind of walked her through my thought process, what ideas I had for the game, and she was really able to take it from there and actually make them look nice and, kind of expand on my idea. So huge shout out to Colby for being able to do that. So we'll be working on minigame 4 tomorrow probably, but for today, I was able to get this character system done. I think if the sprites for that are not done by tomorrow, I'll probably be working on some sort of character selection, character customization screen, because currently there's no way to change your character, but there's going to be 8 characters that you can pick from at the start of the game when we first release it. Now, those may be microtransactions / you'll unlock them throughout your journey, but I'm not entirely sure as of the moment. But what I do know is that you're going to need a way to select them. Now, if we go ahead and look at the code here for a second, it's all done in Character Mover. So there's basically just a bunch of different character lists of sprites. These are all of the ones that you'll have access to, or at least, all the ones in the game. And then just a bunch of other stuff. Basically, off the bat, it puts them all into one big master list, and then you're able to call that based on what character you have equipped. This has to do on it because, I don't think I'll be storing your equipped character in this random Character Mover script. I think it will be stored in some sort of master character script. So we'll get back to that as time comes. But over here we have update, and these are just little annotations for myself so that I know what indexes are what location. And then it basically is just following a timer. Once it hits a certain spot on the timer, then you go ahead and calculate your next position. And then you see, all right, if we have a sit timer, then we go ahead and skip all of this code and go down to the sit section, where then it programs you to sit for a little bit. Once you're done sitting, it lets you stand up. It gives you a slight delay period of where you're just standing, and then you go back to moving, which has already been programmed from your next location helper, which runs at the very beginning, and the next location helper decides if you're going to be sitting or not with a coin flip interaction. So a lot of fun code. I'm really proud of everything here. I coded about 400 lines today, so I'm pretty happy with everything that came out of this. I like how it's looking, and overall, yeah, that system is mostly done now. We've got this little character walking around, and now we're just going to need to work on customizing it and actually working on the UI systems for how to pick a different character. But overall, that is everything that you guys need to know about devlog number 32. If you guys did enjoy the video, make sure to like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. I hope you guys all have an amazing day, and I will catch you guys in the next one.
Bye.